York City. I'm Nadia. If you don't know me, I'm a journalist who loves running, and I've been enjoying interviewing friends and people I admire about the impact that running has on them. So today I'm going to go and meet up with Alison Desir. She is the founder of Harlem Run. She's also got an MA in clinical psychology. She's a coach, all-around fabulous gal. So I'm excited to go and catch up with her and find out a little bit more about her Harlem. So let's go.
Hi! You go for a run? Let's do it!
Alright, brilliant. We're going for Harlem. Streets of Harlem.
Here we are.
Alison, you grew up here. You were born here.
Yeah, I was born in Harlem. I grew up in New Jersey.
Okay.
So my parents, both immigrants, lived in Harlem, loved Harlem. I was born here, but at that time it wasn't really, they felt, the safest place to raise a family. So I grew up in New Jersey and moved back to Harlem for college in 2003. My father had his first office on Lenox.
Aww.
He also worked at Harlem Hospital.
He was a doctor.
Yeah, he was a doctor. Exactly. So he was at Harlem Hospital for over 20 years.
Wow.
And my parents' apartment was right off of Lenox, which we'll pass.
Oh.
So a lot of history here.
Still like a lot of history in Harlem.
Yeah.
That you get to run by on a daily basis.
Exactly. That's what's really cool. With Harlem Run, we not only make use of all of the parks, but we run on the streets. And as you can see, there's always a lot going on here.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of community participation when we run by. People jump in the runs. People talk about if we're going too slow. We don't look like doing it. Everybody has an opinion. I ran in college, but growing up, I didn't run around here on the streets. So it's really when I came back that I started to explore different routes, and then pick up on, it's funny because when you're walking, it's not the same as when you're running. I became aware of the distance, how close things were, orient myself.
And you get to see how the land changes, the city changes from the street to street, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's a whole different experience on the run.
So you played sport, but the whole running, especially Harlem Run, which you created, I mean, that started a couple of years ago.
Yeah, really, I came back to running now 4 years ago in 2012. My father was diagnosed with dementia at the time. Well, he had been diagnosed sooner, but his dementia was really making him deteriorate. So I was depressed, I couldn't find a job, and I saw that one of my friends was training for a marathon with Team in Training. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try to start running.
Yeah.
So I started running, started blogging about it. And then the next year in 2013, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start a run club to share this experience. And I wanted to do it in my neighborhood.
Okay.
So that's when running really started to become a bigger part of my life. And right here in Harlem. This is Harlem Hospital, where my dad works for over 25 years.
What kind of doctor was he?
My dad was an emergency room doctor.
Okay.
So he had the most horrific stories of shootings and people falling in the train tracks. And my dad, we would be at dinner and that's when he would be telling these stories.
Yeah.
So it's also cool because we can cross. Our friends at Harlem Haberdashery, which is a boutique store here in Harlem that has a lot of history also, they host a gala in Harlem Hospital. So it's cool to be in there and also be able to give back.
Yeah, I've seen you talk about that a lot online.
Yeah.
I know your dad passed away.
Yeah, just 2 months ago.
What did he think of your running?
So my dad, it's funny, my dad was a pretty quiet guy, but he, especially even though he had dementia, he was diagnosed in 2005 and I really started running again in 2012, he still sensed that something was weighing heavy on me. So I know that for him, when I started running again, he felt like it was something positive. When I was little, my parents referred to me as a cheetah, a jaguar. I actually got the nickname from my father, Powdered Feet. It's a Haitian Creole saying that means somebody who's always on the move, because you don't see them, you see their footprints in powder.
So that's your Instagram
That's
handle.
my Instagram.
I was going to ask you where that came from.
So my dad, when he was well, certainly knew I was always running around. And both my parents could feel that running was really something positive for me. Although they weren't athletes. Neither of my parents They didn't do any kind of athletic things in there.
I know, my parents also, they're like, whose child are you?
And they're like, just like sit down. The way that Harlem is changing and gentrifying and the mix of people. So we're actually gonna pass by Neil Patrick Harris's brownstone. He's a neighbor here in Harlem. So it's like
Him, his husband and twins, right?
exactly. You know, I love me some Doogie Howser. It's definitely an interesting.
And
mix
Barney
in Harlem.
Stinson.
Yes.
We love him from How I Met Your Mother.
And so he lives supposedly in that one of those brownstones over there.
Did you see him?
I saw him once walking down 125th Street, and I went to take a picture, forgot that my sound was on.
Oh no! And when it makes the noise,
Yes.
the click, and you're like, oh my god.
That was awkward, but I'm sure he gets that all the time.
All the time.
Marcus Garvey Park is right ahead of us.
Yes.
So, supposedly...
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Hello. Let's blow him a kiss.
And then here we are on 125th Street. So, actually I want to point out, let's cross and go this way. Back when we first started, I was looking for a place for us to meet because, you know,
Yeah.
people have bags, one of other bags. So I called a bunch of different yoga studios, different places in general,
Yeah.
and asked, like, can we meet here? And every place was like, no, like, we don't know what you're talking about. That's weird.
You
What do you mean
wanna
by
run in
bag
Harlem
check?
at
Yeah,
night.
like, it's not gonna happen. But this one place, Harlem Yoga Studio, that we're about to pass, the woman Erica, the owner, she was like, yeah, absolutely, I'll give you a key, and like we'd love to host you. So that kind of spirit is really, that's how Harlem Run has grown. Just people being kind, offering their space, time. So here's Harlem Yoga Studio.
Oh, okay.
It's up on the second floor.
You can get your hair done too before you go in. So how many people is it now?
So now we have about, honestly, on a Monday night, anywhere from 150 to 200 people. To the point where I'm not even aware it's that many people until I look at the picture. And I'm like, wow.
It's a great spirit.
And collaboration are really what we're about. So, you know, we do have a particular way that we run. We run in pace groups, we accommodate walkers and run walkers, and we try to do everything in a way that when we say community, we don't just mean the running community, we mean our community, everybody who's out here.
Yeah.
So we run in a way that we feel is respectful for the community. So, you know, 2x2 on the sidewalk. But we also really love, we're gonna turn this way if we can, we really love to collaborate with other groups.
Running in Harlem, like New York City, is never boring.
That is for sure. You know what I mean?
That dude,
Hey!
it's a running selfie, dude.
Case in point.
Yeah, people are full of enthusiasm.
Yes. This is our new home. Well, not even like, it was our new home for a little while. We moved from Harlem Yoga to Harlem Shake. Now we have outgrown Harlem Shake, so we just drop our bags there and meet in Marcus Garvey Park.
Muhammad Ali tributes on the wall.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Obama is here somewhere.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali.
See? Love this place.
Beautiful day. Good to see you.
Beautiful day. Come, I want you to check out the
Bathroom. It's my favorite too.
It's like entertainment in there.
I totally love this.
Yes.
All the jet covers.
All the beautiful ladies in there.
Yeah.
Here.
This is the bathroom it's okay to take a selfie in. It's like, we got it. Okay, so you gotta check out Harlem Shake. They make great shakes and burgers, right?
Yeah, and they even have a kale salad, so if you're trying to stay healthy, you got that.
Are you very conscious about what you eat as a runner, or just
Not particularly. I mean, I do, when I'm in like training season, I
Yeah.
try to be more careful. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you know, everything in moderation.
brownstone?
Beautiful. This is like you're in a movie set.
Yeah.
Really cool.
You have steps up here.
Yeah.
Great workout.
Ready for some stairs. But what's cool about this park is, I remember, like, you know, I didn't grow up here in Harlem per se, but we were always in Harlem.
Yeah.
And I just remember how inaccessible the parks used to be. There's like a lot of garbage everywhere, a lot of drug use in the park. So, you know, like the community really has made a big effort. We're about to reach the top.
What would you say running has done for you?
When I started running again, it was because my life was feeling out of control. My father was getting, you know, more and more sick, and I couldn't find a job, and there were all these things outside of my control, so I felt helpless.
Yeah.
But running, you know, I joined Team in Training, and I committed to raising a certain amount of money, and I had a training plan. And I was just like, I'm gonna follow this training plan, like to the T. Like, not 1 minute more, not 1 minute less. And by following that plan, I started to feel in control of my body and myself. And then I started to become more confident, because I was like, yo, I've never run anything. At that point, I had never run anything over like 2 miles.
Yeah.
So, and suddenly I was running 10 miles. And that whole mental shift let me know that I could do a lot more than I thought.
Yeah. You have a couple of degrees.
Oh yeah, you know, every now and then I go back to school for another one.
Seeing you study, like, you know,
yeah,
at,
so
Spring Moves. Beautiful space.
I just, love Spring Moves. I just graduated with my master's in counseling psychology.
Congratulations!
So again, that's like the mental piece. I went back to school in the process of running, because I really was interested in seeing how physical fitness was really linked to mental health.
Are you still able to focus on your own running goals while you're looking after a group like this? I mean, how do you balance it?
That is a tough question. But I mean, right now I'm actually, I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm trying to qualify for Boston.
Me too!
Yeah! I'm preparing for a race in September.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Oh, we're totally gonna do it.
Yes.
It's gonna happen.
So, I mean, it's hard, right? Like
Yeah,
yesterday I had to go out for a 6-mile tempo. And it's really, what do they say? Like, because you can make time for anything that's important, right?
Yeah. But it's speed work that you really have to focus
exactly. So speed work, we can go this way. And also just like anytime I go out for a run, somebody wants to run with me, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But like you really need to make sure for myself that I'm running with the right training partner, and then I'm
pushing yourself enough.
Pushing myself, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not easy, but we're gonna qualify, so we gotta do what we gotta do.
I love it. And then celebrate by running the hardest marathon
ever. Exactly. This is our home. It's great. Like we finish up the run. Hey.
Case in point.
Thank you. Hey, another one. How are you? But I've never seen you in real clothes. I know, I'm going to work. Have a good day.
We're usually always in running attire.
I don't think that she's ever seen me in normal clothes.
And you're always with the Harlem Run hat.
Always. This has become my signature. We end here and like we all hang out, eat, and like there's so much love in there for us.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you so much.
Thank
Alison.
you.
All right, we're gonna be cute.